All right, well, 806-900-9630. That's our Sonic text line this morning. So.
Music can get me going.
Yeah, music is always a good one to get you going. I see Ruben does this. He writes his wife a positive note every morning to get her through the day. So that's a cool thing.
That is cool, but way to put us under now. My wife's going to be like, why aren't you writing notes?
Why can't you be like Ruben?
Yeah.
I know, yeah. Thanks, Ruben. Well, you really raised the bar. You know, when I said things that brought you, I didn't really mean things to shame the rest of us. No, that's
I'm
fine.
just kidding. That's really
no.
Cool.
That's a really nice thing. But see, that helps someone else have a positive day.
Yeah, it does.
That's what we're talking about. Things like that. So if you got anything like that you do every day, it's just to bring some positive or relaxation or something to your day. Just things like that. I think everybody's always looking for tips like that. Things that you can do. So. All right, well, we come back here. It is good vibes time. That's always a nice way, too, to start off a morning. Just hearing some good news.
Jeff, Mudflap and the Gang on KLLL.
I think this story goes along right with what we were just talking about a while ago.
Okay.
At the Prospector Theater in Ridgefield, Connecticut, movie magic starts behind the scenes, founded by Valerie Jensen and inspired by her sister with Down syndrome. The theater was built to create meaningful jobs for people with disabilities. Employees, affectionately called prospects, are encouraged to discover and share their unique talents and passions. Prospects work in every part of the theater, from selling tickets and serving popcorn for creating marketing material and producing pre-show videos. Our prospects, one prospect, Stephanie Schultz, who suffered a severe brain injury in a car accident 18 years ago, is an example of just how the theater has changed the lives of those involved. She said, "The fact that I feel useful and able and appreciated," Stephanie explains, "it's a really special place." But since opening its doors in 2014, the Prospector has employed more than 300 prospects, sold 1 million tickets, and paid a staggering $35 million in wages, with about 75% of the workforce people being with disability.
All right. That's very nice. Mm-hmm. All right. Good for them. Here's one about pets. This is interesting. Politics can be, it can be a really rough business, Yeah. And a lot of times we don't even talk about politics. But in this case, I think we will. The city of Amherst in Nova Scotia, Canada, is electing their first ever pet mayor.
Okay.
You got a pet mayor. They teamed up with a local animal shelter, and they invited citizens to nominate their furry friends for an online vote. And then anyone who votes donates $3.50 to support shelter animals, which that's really cool. Yeah. Shelter animals are the best. You know what? That's the sweetest animals you can adopt is when you get a pet from the shelter, like a dog from the shelter, because they've been through stuff, and if you just love one of those dogs, they are forever grateful to you.
Yeah.
Side note there, but the dog candidates for the race are dominating the race so far. Here's how it stacks up: Derby, Major, Susie, Rhea, Ducky, Nunya Beeswax, Jack, and Mr. Bear and Nova are all hoping to hold high office. They're the ones that are leading right now. You know what? Personally, I would vote for Nunya Beeswax because that sounds like a fun dog right there. What's your dog's name? Nunya Beeswax. He's got my vote.
What are you going to do about the roads? Nunya Beeswax.
Okay, here's the deal. There is one cat that has entered the race. His name is Meowstache, and awesome. He's described as distinguished, determined, and dapper. See, cats are always, I'm sure the cat is mostly disinterested in the whole thing, They're probably talking to these animals. So what are you going to do as mayor? The dogs, like, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to build some parks, and, they're just having fun. The cat, Mustache, what kind of things would you do as a pet mayor? I don't know. What's it to you? No, do you have any plans for anything if we give you our vote? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, okay. Are you done? Yes, Mr. Meowstache, we're really sorry. Because cats are surly.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? No. I would vote for a dog, though. Dog mayor. Man, just be set. The window. Yeah, it was a flight from Denver to Los Angeles. Anyway, had to make an emergency stop in Salt Lake City. This was, I don't know, this was like Thursday, I think. I just heard about this. But after some mysterious object fell from 36,000 feet, smashing into the jet's windshield. They say the pilot was injured. They even posted pics showing blood and bruises on his arms from whatever this was.
I'm curious how they don't know what it is.
Right, I know. Well, a lot of people believe it was some kind of space debris, but the FAA just shared the probability of space debris causing injury to a commercial airline passenger is 1 trillion to 1. So imagine this guy, if that's what happened. Hey, you're the 1 trillion to 1 guy, man. Play the lottery.
I would too. But I'm curious how they knew it dropped from 38,000 feet.
Well, I think it was 36,000 is where the jet was. I mean, it just says 36,000 feet. This thing smashed through the window. Others believe the plane's window broke due to some kind of a heat or connector fault as hail was falling, which, I mean, it sounds a little more logical maybe, I don't know, than space debris. I mean, the chances really, 1 in a trillion. But you're saying there's a chance. I mean, there is, I guess, 1 in a trillion. But, man, that's remarkable. But yeah, that would not be fun being on a plane that the pilot got smashed up with hail or something or space debris. Neither one of those are good.
No.
We were just talking during the song. I asked you if you saw any meteors this morning. It's that Orionid or whatever it's called, the meteor shower, 20 an hour from all last night up until the sun comes up this morning.
Yeah, I went outside earlier this morning and I didn't see any. I tried.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to look, so obviously I didn't see. Peggy was just asking on the Sonic text line. She said, "Hey, did y'all see any meteors?" I was like, "No, have you?" So I just don't know if anybody has.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like 20 an hour. So if you saw any meteors this morning,
maybe I didn't. I
guess
enough.
just
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's hard just to stand out there and keep watching,
right.
But if there's 20 an hour, I mean,
you'd think I would.
Pretty good chance to see one, but it's probably easier to see them when you're not in town, also.
Right.
Coming up later on this morning, got a chance for you to win tickets for the Lubbock Symphony Orchestra presenting Jurassic Park in concert on Halloween night. This actually sounds fun right here,
Mm-hmm.
Never been to the Lubbock Symphony Orchestra, but apparently they're showing the movie or something with the movie, and then the orchestra's playing.
That really sounds really cool.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. So I'll be listening to win those tickets coming up later on this morning. Let's see here. Yeah, nobody on the Sonic text line yet has seen any meteors. I think the whole thing was a hoax.
Maybe the plane took the
maybe that's what hit the window of the United Airlines flight. Let's see here. Hey, remember the other day we were talking about the Louvre got robbed and how it was like a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, guys escaping on scooters. I did read where there were also motorcycles. So I guess the really cool guys got the motorcycles, and the other guys that were expendable in the operation. You can get on the scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, boss. So the Louvre remained closed though yesterday after this whole thing happened. They say that these thieves ended up stealing and what's described as inestimable value of French crown jewels. Like, so they don't even know how much it'd be worth because these things are so old and so treasured that they really can't even put a value on them. That's how valuable this stuff is.
I mean, they're valuable, but I mean, the people that stole them, obviously for money.
Right.
But how are you ever going to get that money? I mean,
because and I thought of that exact same thing, but I think that what it comes down to is the black market. I mean, there's collectors, people that have tons of money that probably buy art that's stuff that was ultimately stolen or had been hidden away, and they're buying that and putting in their private collection, and chances are nobody would ever know. So I figure something like this, same kind of deal. There's people out there who would pay money on the black market for things like this. That's probably how they make their money.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a guess.
Yeah.
But it's a great question. You can't just put it on eBay. Hey, here's some cool stuff I stole from the Louvre. Anybody interested? Opening bid, $20. Or the buy it now price of, $20 billion. But they say the jewels that were stolen in this Louvre heist included an emerald and diamond necklace that Napoleon gave his wife, Empress Marie Louise, and the 19th century crown of Empress Eugenie, wife of Napoleon III.
Wow.
The thieves, they say they used a crane-like force to open a window before smashing display cases, grabbing the jewelry, and then escaping on the motorcycles and scooters. France's culture minister said the 4-minute theft in broad daylight as visitors were inside the Louvre Museum was, they said, quote, a professional job. Oh, you think? Yeah, I would imagine. 4 minutes in broad daylight to steal all this stuff. Somebody then asked this guy, said, hey, is the glass that was protecting the jewels, was that reinforced? And they had to admit, they said, incredibly, it wasn't. They said they were held in their original cases, which were more than 200 years old. That's incredible to me that the Louvre would not have better. That's wild, man. So anyway, all these jewels, though, are still out there somewhere. And if they're not already in a private collection, because you wonder, did they steal these because they were hired by somebody to steal them for them? And so it's not like these guys stole them maybe and thought, well, gosh, I hope we can find somebody to buy this stuff. Maybe they were hired to pull off the heist and get the jewels for some, I always think of Dr. Evil, $1 million.
Right.
It's like he hired somebody to steal the jewels from some guy that has his own island and,
right.
like a James Bond villain or something. Now he's got all these jewels. I don't know. Interesting to think about. It will be interesting to see, though, if they can
I want to read the history books 200 years from now and how that and what they say about that.
I tell you what, if I'm here in 200 years, the last thing I'm doing is reading a book. Just saying.
KLLL and Frontier Dodge, giving you the ultimate bucket list country music experience, sending you to the 59th Annual CMA Awards in Nashville, November 19th, hosted by Lainey Wilson.
Hey, this is Lainey Wilson.
It's country music's biggest night, and you could be walking into the Bridgestone Arena feeling like the star you are. Win 2 tickets to the show, round-trip airfare, and 2 nights hotel. To enter, listen for the winning words weekdays at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 4. Stop dreaming and start packing. CMA Awards 2025 with 96.3 KLLL.
Jeff, Mudflap, and the gang.
96.3 KLLL. Red, white, and blue through and through.
Come on.
Turn it up. Wake the fun up with Jeff Mudflap and the gang.
Hour this morning, you're supposed to be able to see like 20 per hour all the way, overnight and into at least till when the sun comes up this morning. We went out a while ago during song.
We saw one.
Well, we did.
Yeah.
Oh well, that was.
Oh, as a plane.
That was the airplane. Yeah, I know you got really excited. I hate to do that to you, but
I was
yeah,
like,
that was.
wow. Man, that's a long one.
Man, that thing's huge. No, it was
going
an airplane.
a long ways.
Yeah, it was an airplane. Most of them don't make that kind of noise. Sorry,
That's a little close to home, huh?
But yeah, we were wondering if anybody saw any. Because I just forgot to look this morning. We went outside the station. We didn't see anything though, but we were only out there for a few minutes. We thought we might get lucky and see something, but we didn't. Ken Bob said he was able to view 3 this morning between 4 and 4:30.
Yeah, that's about the time I was up.
Peggy saw 2 she's about 30 minutes ago. She saw a few, so let's see if anybody else. Yeah, I don't see anybody right now. But yeah, if you saw any meteors, let us know. Peggy, also, we were talking about that Louvre heist with all the crown jewels and stuff from Napoleon and all that, wondering what happened. And I thought my speculation was that either the people that did this were paid by some super rich person who collects things like that, and paid them to break into the Louvre and get it for them. It'll be in their private collection, and probably we'll never know. They'll never find them. Or these guys stole it with the idea of selling it. And then Peggy said the news was talking about that a lot of times thieves will break all the stuff apart and sell the stones, which I think, man, that's to me that's worse.
Yeah.
Than just stealing the crowns and things and having them in somebody's private collection. Because at least then somebody, this is a weird justification. I'm not saying the crime is right, but I'm saying at least at that point, someone at least has it in a collection because they enjoy that kind of stuff. Now, it doesn't in any way make it right, but at least it would be intact. You know, there's something, I don't know, something sounds better about that than just thieves stealing all these amazing things and then tearing them apart and just selling the jewels separate.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense?
It does.
Just tears up a great relic of history,
I hate that
you know?
any of that history is...
Yeah. Either way, it's terrible.
I know.
But you just hate to see that. So anyway, all right. Well, let's check once again here. Sonic text line. Yeah, let's see. Not this morning, so I didn't look. Yeah, Justin Bieber thought it was tomorrow night or later tonight. but yeah, the people are seeing him this morning. So.
Yeah.
Let's see
there
here.
Might be some tomorrow night. I don't
yeah,
know.
there could be. I don't know. I don't know. I think this was kind of the peak of it. But there could be some more tomorrow night. I don't know.
Okay.
You're the weather guy. You're supposed to know that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
it's tonight.
Weather guys, y'all talk about stuff like that.
Oh, we do. We're such nerds. We get around.
By the way, Travis said you ought to call your weather the TriCast instead of the forecast.
The TriCast.
Which I thought that was kind of funny.
Thank
That
you,
sort
Travis.
of made me
You're
laugh.
so good.
Sonic text line is 806-900-9630 if you have anything to add this morning.
From the Dollar Western Wear Studio, this is Lubbock's country leader and home of Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang.
Good morning, just past 7 o'clock,
Wow,
Tuesday.
that hour flew.
I know, that time flies when we're having fun. We must be having fun.
We must be.
It's October 21st. Today is International Day of the Nacho. Yeah. So shout out to Nacho, part of our gang.
I love
Special
Nacho.
Day, yeah. Do you like nachos, though? The food nachos?
Oh, I like that, too, yeah.
What's your favorite kind of nachos? Do you
Cheese
like
nacho.
Just cheese. Okay.
Yeah, just cheese.
Yeah, I like.
I'm going to guess yours is jalapeno.
Well, I like that. That's part of a nacho, yes.
Oh.
Probably not for you. It's not.
No,
You're more
it's
of a
not,
chips
yes.
and cheese guy.
I
But
am.
It's kind of kids. I mean, little kids, they like chips
I
and
love
cheese.
that when you explain me. It's not insulting, but you're probably one of those little kids that's just little nachos.
No, you don't like jalapenos, probably because they're too
really
hot
don't.
for you.
No.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Thank you.
You're right.
That's all I'm saying. I know you don't like hot stuff like that.
I don't. I can do it, but it's not my
It's not your favorite.
I mean,
Nothing wrong
Shannon's
with
got
that.
me eating pickles.
Really? Wow. Well, see, look at that. You're really expanding your horizons.
I am.
Anyway, today's International Nacho Day. No, I prefer nachos with, I like cheese, obviously. That's a key component of a nacho. I like jalapenos on there a lot. I really do. It's my favorite. I like chicken nachos, the best.
Oh, chicken. Oh,
Yeah, chicken nachos would be my favorite.
the beef nachos I like a lot.
It's not that I don't like them, but I prefer chicken. 9.9 times out of 10, I'm ordering chicken nachos if I go somewhere. Yeah,
Chicken.
pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Okay, that's good. Back to the meteor shower this morning. Wondered if anybody saw any, and a lot of people checking in this morning say they have seen several this morning. Taz the trucker said that he saw one about 30 minutes ago, as well as he saw one in South Slide close to FM 41.
Okay.
And
I tried looking straight up. It just man, holding that position, I would have had to lay on the ground.
yeah, I know it can hurt your neck, can't it?
Yeah.
Eva said she stood outside for 30 minutes this morning and nothing flying in her direction.
Yeah.
She said she saw no comets, no tortillas,
No
and
tortillas.
no jewels. So none
That's
of the things.
It's because the Sun Devils kept the tortillas.
Lovey said brisket nachos slap. They do, and that's probably your favorite, right?
Oh,
So
brisket.
If you're going to have meat on it, brisket would be a
yes.
good one. Yeah.
My gosh, that sounds good.
That is true. Let's see here. Well, speaking of tortillas, I guess you saw Texas Tech caved on the tortilla thing.
They did.
You know, this whole thing is so lame. How many people were injured by tortillas? You know, this is another massive overreaction. The Big 12 is the king of overreaction. You know, the Big 12 does the dumbest things, I think, overall of any of the conferences. You know, it's no wonder they've had to keep Band-Aids on this thing to keep it going all these years. Yeah. But I don't know. It just seems like a massive overreaction to something that really, it's not hurting anybody and it's not really a problem. You know, Kansas guy now, crying about it and everything, and now the Big 12 overreacts with a $100,000 fine, and then Tech overreacts, and the whole thing is just, it's so dumb. It's tortillas, for crying out loud. So yeah, now the new rule is no tortillas.
No tortillas.
this wonderful tradition that Kirby Hocutt stood up for and voted for, the Big 12, and it was so important. It was our tradition. Now has been put to an end. Important tradition.
That noise. We need that noise.
Right, yeah. I know. Where is that? I'm sorry if I wasn't being a good DJ there, was I? I should have had that ready to go. This?
That's it.
The tradition of the tortillas.
Tradition goes.
It's a tradition that'll never go away.
No.
Really?
Okay, here's my next question, though.
Sure.
Are students really going to follow it?
That's the thing. There's still going to be tortillas flying around out there.
I've got a sophomore at Texas Tech, and he's saying that his buddies, I'm like, well, you might get kicked out.
You might. Yeah, that's the deal. The new game day fan policies, it's here's the official release, okay? Texas Tech Athletics announced Monday changes to its game day fan policies moving forward as the throwing of objects inside Jones AT&T Stadium, including tortillas, will result in an immediate fan ejection and possible revocation of future ticket privileges for the remainder of the season. As a result of this policy change, Texas Tech Athletics is directing fans to no longer participate in the tortilla toss tradition at any point in the game, including the opening kickoff. And then Hocutt went on to say, we have the best fans in the country who impact the game each and every Saturday through the atmosphere inside Jones AT&T Stadium. We have 3 important home games remaining this season. Coach McGuire has said multiple times this team's ultimate goal is to play in AT&T Stadium in Arlington for a Big 12 title. I am confident our fans will continue to support our team and coaches with their passionate support and energy to accomplish this goal. We cannot risk penalizing our team by throwing tortillas. So,
I thought when he made his statement, too, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he's like, I'm anxious to see what McGuire has in store for us, like how he was going to, pump up the crowd, like, it's all yours, buddy.
Yeah, look, nobody wants penalties because of tortillas and stuff, but it's just a shame that, something's just a fun tradition. I mean, It's fun at the opening kickoff to see all the tortillas fly. It's just a cool, fun thing. And is it stupid? Yeah, probably, but it's just a fun thing. And it was so important that we voted, 15-1. It was the vote, and it was such a big deal to our tradition. And then weeks later, not so much. But the $100,000 fine, give me a break. That's what I'm saying. That's why the Big 12 is such a ridiculous conference. They're not a serious conference. $100,000 fine for something like that.
I hope they find
all because the stupid Kansas coach made such a big deal out of it. Over what? I mean, they weren't carrying people off the field because of tortilla injuries. I mean, it was a massive overreaction. So. I didn't even mean to do that. That just came out of nowhere.
I hope they find Arizona State, man. That goalpost that came down just about smashed a couple of people, one of our players.
Yeah. They'll ban goalposts next. Big 12, are you listening?
Big 12.
I don't know. I just get so tired of everything with the Big 12 for years. It's just this stuff over and over. Whatever. Anyway, no more tortillas. So.
No. Don't do it.
How does everybody feel about that? Do you not care? Is it not that big a deal? Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's just throwing tortillas. I guess it's not, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't. What's a big deal, I guess? But I don't know. It's just, but so many things happen. So many things get stopped because of overreaction to things. So,
like I said, I'll be curious if students obey that rule. I don't see it happening.
You certainly see the possibility of, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Carl's right, though. There's always a few people that ruin it for the rest of the people. If they just could have come in, throw tortillas the opening kickoff, that's the end of it, and we move on. It would have been just fine.
Right.
But you just got people, hey, watch this. I'm going to throw some more tortillas. You just can't. It just happens.
I'm going to freeze mine.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's just move on. I just wanted to make sure everybody heard about that because I don't want anybody throwing a tortilla because, oh my gosh, it could be very, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. You got anything else?
No.
Tortillas. Don't.
No.
In fact, in your speech this week, maybe you ought to put in some sort of a stern warning about throwing tortillas.
No
I think it'd be
tortillas.
I think Tech would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so would Lance Leipold from Kansas.
Yes.
Because bless his heart, he was the man who was hurt the most by the tortillas.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling he is not going to be it's not a Chris Beard type situation, but boy, he's not going to be liked around here.
Oh, man, next time he comes to the Jones Stadium,
yeah.
the boos are going to be crazy probably. Yeah.
He's still around.
Yeah, that's the question, too. Yeah, will he still be coaching at Kansas? I don't know, but we'll see. All right, gang check-in this morning, Sonic text line, 806-900-9630. But don't talk about tortillas, though. They've been banned here on the show. We don't even be a part of it anymore.
None.
Let's see here. Yeah, here's a good one. Allison said, I always liked holding up a newspaper when the other team came out. But we don't have newspapers anymore either. So, so you can't do that even, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw a newspaper? Do they even still sell newspapers? I don't even know.
I have no idea. We could hold up our iPhones.
Yeah, here's Laura Bell said she saw it probably on Channel 11. They did interviews. Tech students said they were still going to throw the tortillas.
I could, that's kind of when I talked to my son,
yeah,
he kind of gave that indication like all his friends were going to be throwing stuff.
Right.
And can they kick out all the students? I guess they can.
They could, they could, and which that'd be really good, Throw out all your student section for that. Of course, they cleaned out that. Remember that, was it last year? Or 2 years ago?
They moved them.
They cleaned out a whole section because of rowdy behavior or something. We're rowdy kind of people there. So, all right. Well, anyway, we've dwelt on that enough. So just no tortillas.
None. I won't be throwing them anymore.
The anti-tortilla faction has a resounding victory, and money talks.
That it does.
Nobody wants to pay $100,000.
It could add up. That'd be like what? About over $1 million.
Well, if you kept throwing, I mean, it depends on how many $100,000 fines you
don't have that many home games, so never mind. It's going to be close.
Well,
probably
people just kept throwing tortillas every play, and they kept throwing.
Oh, you're right.
Yes,
yeah.
but
man.
It would depend solely on that.
Yeah.
All right. What did I say about moving on?
Moving on.
All right.
I'm moving on.
All right. Coming up, the dad joke, and then birthday list this morning around 7:30. 806-900-9630. If you've got a birthday to pass along to us, we'll put that on there for you. And still to come here, a chance to win tickets for a Halloween night event. This sounds like a lot of fun on Halloween night. If you're not, trick-or-treating and that kind of stuff. Lubbock Symphony Orchestra is presenting Jurassic Park in concert. This is going to be really cool. I think it'll be at the Buddy Holly Hall. So we get a chance to win a couple of tickets for that. Coming up this morning. On KLLL.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant